here, and hopefully we'll have some connection here and better sound as well. And yeah, I bought these headphones recently because the other ones actually, well, one of these kind of bits here do break from time to time. But of course, rest assured, I did buy a new pair, and of course, you can buy them on eBay for £3.75. That is the cheapest rate, and they're very, very good, recommendable headphones. These kind of things, pick up great sort of sound. So yeah, let me just put these in my head right now. I don't know if you can hear my voice a lot clearer than actually the main voice that you would hear from the camera itself. These are actually Samsung type of headphones which fit Samsung models. I don't know whether they will fit an iPhone or anything like that, but we're going off the subject now. But yeah, if anybody does have a question, even if you're not watching live, please do drop us a comment, because you can leave us a comment after the stream's gone live. Yeah, I'm sure it's been a sort of a scenario where, of course, it's been very short notice. We do apologise about the short notice of this live going out tonight, but it is a kind of a Q&A and a bit of chat as well about touring with us, and kind of like the latest. And of course, yes, it's probably about the second day in, after the sort of announcement that we heard about the Queen Elizabeth II passed away at the time of 6:30, I believe it was, according to paper sources. And I'm actually talking about that before I go on to talk about touring with us. I just want to say that I've seen sightings on the online, from other people's sightings, suggesting that they've seen a figure in the sky. Now, of course, when those people took the photographs, including a mother and a daughter who took it from a car, I believe, it's been reported in the Mirror online that a mother and daughter screamed as they saw it in the cloud. I'm not sure if they actually did scream, to be honest with you. Otherwise, they wouldn't have taken the photograph. So it doesn't make sense. Why would they be screaming and, at the same time taking the photograph? You'd be too nervous to even take a photograph. So that doesn't really make sense, does it? But anyway, a lot of things don't make sense in this world sometimes. But anyway, we have to just continue. And as we mourn the second or so day since the death of the Queen, dying at the age of 96 at 6:30 on Thursday. And I believe it was Thursday, the 8th of September 2022. My memories of the Queen, seeing her at the actual Jubilee celebrations, not actually in person, but of course on the television. And of course, I have been following the news from both sides of the spectrum, because both mainstream have got together, like GB News, this time, and actually supported, the fact that, of course, the Queen has died for us, as a whole nation. There are some minor faults with some people that, of course, don't believe in the monarchy, but, let's not bring those trolls in. And of course, it's been a wide world thing. Even the politicians have got together, even, of course, Macron and that Canadian guy as well. He's also, of course, spreaded his sympathy towards the royal family, and including Nicola Sturgeon and even Keir Starmer, for all people. And of course, Mike Dreyford, the Welsh guy. I haven't heard anything from the Republic of Ireland, though, but Northern Ireland might celebrate it as well. But it's a time where we have to come together now, and I don't want to preach to people, but of course, it's a time where we have to come together and, stick together as a team, rather than creating this kind of worldwide war thing, which we don't ever hope ever to happen again. You know, like we did in a kind of lockdown situation for 2 years. But we hope that is never to be the case ever again, and hopefully that Britain and the rest of the world, are a bit more prepared for that sort of thing to happen again. But yeah, a lot of people have been speaking up about that kind of thing. I won't go into the political side of things because, you know, I know that's very, very dangerous. But yeah, feel free to ask us a question about a sort of place where you would like us to visit. And maybe I will put this on the Touring With Us official page of Facebook. And of course, if you'd like us to go to a specific area, and of course, we'd like to show you this area here, because some other videographers go and tend to go to the seaside more than inland. And we are not just on seaside resorts, we are also inland as well. We do try to get to seaside land, but of course it's not easy for us to get to. So we have to sort of go for something that is more localized rather than stretched along the seafront. Although we do like seafronts, and we will hope to do that more often. But of course, it all depends on travel and, of course, overnight stays and, you know, etc., etc. But if you have any feedback of what you have liked so far, would you like us to do more Weatherspoons tours, places that we haven't yet been and things like that? But of course, the places that we haven't been, we need to work on the research of where to find these places, because if you don't do that, you're never going to know what these places are going to be like. So I have to research these places, make sure I know what I'm doing and know when to get a train, for example, and all those come to in consideration. And it's a bit like, of course, having no transport like cars. We don't rely on that kind of thing. So, of course, we're taking an extra effort to continue what we do, and we have been doing it since, of course, we first started in probably around about 2019, since the lockdown happened. The idea actually come from another videographer's source. I won't say the name too often here, although I do like to sort of give them a mention, but of course I haven't done recently. But what I would like to say is the idea came from that, and I came through lockdown thinking that we should come up with a similar thing. We are not a walk channel as such, and just to make that absolutely clear, and we have been making that clear for quite some time. We are not a walk channel as such, but what we are is a channel that, of course, is just simply a channel for everyone, you know, for everything that we try to do. You know, we do some occasional walk channels, you know, walking around sort of places like, you know, Cambridge, and localized places like Hayville, Bury and Evans, and the list goes on. So yeah, we do kind of like cater for tours like that, but we also do videos as well, which of course is a lot easier than sometimes go live, because when you go live, you don't know who's watching you. That's the problem about going live. That's the case that I have anyway. And you need to be preferably with someone along the way. So yeah, that's what I would personally say on that level. We are trying as a whole to do a bit of different things. Like, of course, nobody ever does Weatherspoons tours unless you go on an official group of Facebook, where you've got, of course, we have Weatherspoons giveaways, and of course, a guy named Matt Cox runs that one. And what he does is, of course, he, of course, goes on the app of the Weatherspoons, and then, of course, he picks what people want, and say that someone's in a pub of a spoons. What they then do is ask him to purchase some drinks, We've had them from Matt Cox before, and of course, what he does expect in return is that we buy him drinks back in a favour for what he has done. So yeah, that is an interesting group. I don't know the reason behind that group and what he's gaining out of that group, but I'm sure he's gaining a lot of interest by people that actually go to the spoons. So it'd be great to talk to him about what the reason of his group is about. So we're not just about the walks. We're not about the talks that we do here. We do occasional updates like this one here. It is a sort of scenario where, of course, it is a question time. Basically means, of course, we are here for your questions. So if you have any questions or suggestions of where we could go in art touring with us and where you fancy us to go, come on, pick us some places, because we need some places. We need the audience to tell us where to go, because we need people to come forward and tell us what is good about the place that you live in. You could be a person that visits the place or actually lives in the place, as I just said. But yeah, it's a scenario where you have to come forward to us rather than the other way round. We don't want it to just be about us, So come forward and ask those questions about what you have seen lately as well, and where would you like us to go, basically. And we'll try and work around it. And just like we did before, we had a questionnaire when people were actually tuned in. I know we had a regular format, but it's been really, really difficult for us to continue and do a format like this because of our different commitments that we have been doing. So if you have any suggestions whatsoever, come forward and let us know about them, because if we don't know about them, we don't know where to go, and we don't know what is the best place to go. Maybe there isn't a best place to go in particular, but of course there's something for everybody. I'm sure there's a lovely place to go to that we have not yet discovered. But of course we will come back to some of these places as well, like of course Haverhill that we have started out, which reached a massive audience of 1K views on our first ever video, which was absolutely fantastic. And of course, we have sort of built up the station, as in the channel, since Haverhill as well. We've gone to other different places. And we recently have done some train tours as well, which is quite rare. Is that what you really want us to go and showcase? Let us know about it. So, my question to you, hopefully we'll get a response to it, is would you like us to do more train tours? That is one example, in actual fact, because nobody else does that kind of thing, unless you watch Michael Portillo. He does that kind of thing. Yeah, which is a documentary, that kind of thing. But yeah, do let us know where you would like us to go. Maybe there's something royal for us to go to. I know Cambridge has got a lot of royal universities that we could go and check out. So let us know about it, because we'd like to hear from the public about that, because we don't want it, as I said previously a minute ago or a few seconds ago, that we don't want it to be just about us. So yeah, we'll probably do a Q&A once a month. Sometimes it'll be with me, and sometimes with the other guy that was with me quite a lot of times during the lockdown. And of course, people have seemed to have forgotten about us recently. But yeah, his name is Julian Spoons. A lot of people don't realise his new stage name. So it's Lovely Spoons, but his actual fruit name is Plum, not because we call him an idiot, but of course we call him a plum, which is part of a fruit, just to make that absolutely clear. My name is Orange, and there's also Lovely Strawberry. She hasn't put Lovely yet, but of course, Strawberry is her official account. So if you want to check out that account, go to that account and subscribe to that channel. So we're all here to help each other out, and we're all friends here. We are definitely all friends here, and let's not make some enemies on that particular note. So yeah, hello to Jason Lawrence, who of course likes my strapline of that particular note, and of course he's been doing his We Love a Great Yarmouth page on Facebook, his group page that is, and he's been doing it for a very, very long time. So very best of luck to his group. He's also, as a long time runner of the group, if you like, admin they call it, and he actually, in his favour, started to bring together kind of like calendars, which of course are very fantastic to actually have. Calendars of Great Yarmouth, of people that have sent pictures of Great Yarmouth and things like that. And apparently there's another calendar coming up for 2023, which is fantastic. But yeah, before I go tonight, because it's been very thin on the ice, perhaps some people don't know about it, but please do jot your comment down and let us know where your favourite place is in the East Anglia region. We'd like to hear from the public. So, oh yeah, I'm getting bings here coming up here. So I do apologise about that, because it does actually come out live on the air. So before I finish up here, as I say, it's been very thin on the ice, but of course, please, as in please, comment on the actual channel and let us know more where you'd like us to go and visit. We have visited places like Royston, and of course we've done Royston Spoons as well. Biggleswade we might actually end up doing at some point. Whether I do a live there when I go, which I'm hoping to do at some point, I don't know whether it's going to be a live or not, but it definitely will be perhaps a video of the area, which would be fantastic to watch and very exciting to watch as well. And of course, the latest one soon to be coming is the Cricketers Spoons in Ipswich, where we took a little bit of a wander around. So yeah, thank you for watching all of our videos, and thank you to our Queen as well for the train services coming on rather than the strikes that would have happened on the 15th and the 17th. Apparently it's now going to be trains that are going to be running on that day. Hopefully they all are running, which is a great thing that has marked a respect for the Queen Elizabeth II, who sadly passed away at the age of 96 on Thursday, the 8th of September 2022 at 6:30, I believe it was announced. But yeah, thanks to all the coverage from Mainstream and GB News inclusive, and inclusive Dan Wotton in particular, for doing a great job of journalism, asking the questions in public, and the statements and the tributes, the tributes to the Queen, which have been fantastic, and all the questions he's been asking the panel. It's just been a terrific, news coverage on this. I don't often watch news. I don't often watch mainstream very much, but the coverage on both sides, probably including ITV. I haven't seen much of ITV recently, but I have seen the BBC. Of course, they have not attacked the situation, and of course, most of the journalism on that, in respect for the Queen, maybe that will alter their mindset about a lot of things, and stop this possible wokeness going on. But yeah, I won't say too much about that. But of course, it might be a sort of turning point for a lot of people, I would say, as a whole. So yeah, great coverage. In the tributation for the Queen Elizabeth II, who sadly passed away at the age of 96 on Thursday, the 8th of September, 2022 at 6:30. So yeah, I actually remembered that. So yeah, brilliant stuff. Yeah, my iPhone is pretty much charged there. I just got to put my code in. So yeah, at least I've got a spare phone of some kind. That's great. Fantastic. Right. Yes. So thank you very much for those people who have watched in and just basically flicked over, flicked on, that kind of thing. I just want to mention, of course, yeah, don't forget, of course, it is Strawberry's birthday on Monday. So if you want to say happy birthday to lovely Strawberry on Monday, and yes, I'm sure it's going to be a great birthday. Yeah, I'll tell you more details of that when that happens. So I'm sure she's going to have a fantastic, fabulous day. Yeah, don't know where she's going to spend it yet. So yeah, I'm actually going to wish her well on that. Uh, and there's been posts on the. Oh God. I'm not surprised about that. If you are watching, of course, Nicole Strawberry, hello to you. Very good evening to you. Um, I just wanted to say, congratulations to your birthday on Monday. It's just been a long time waiting for you. But anyway, I only can hopefully wish you have a good birthday, and we will hopefully do a birthday tune special on Monday. And Julian is hoping to return for the nice and relaxing show that he hasn't done on a Monday for a very, very long time. So hopefully you can join him for that. Absolutely. So yeah, this is the news here, and thank you very much for the thumbs up. Whoever done that this evening, very good evening to you all. And is that who I think is watching? Do let me know who is watching because I'd like to know what you're up to tonight as well. So I'll go on for a little longer, and of course then I'll chill out and possibly watch a bit of Dan Wootton and a bit of Richard McVeigh by all means, and it's definitely worth it. Both on YouTube and of course, obviously, Dan Wootton's the most popular because it's on the news channel. And of course, Richard McVeigh is popular in his own way and popular in terms of broadcasting from St Edmundsbury Cathedral. And of course, yeah, he nearly said actually on his video, Bury St Edmund's Cathedral, but it's St Edmundsbury Cathedral. And of course, yeah, you've got to say it that sort of way round to make sense. Uh, if that makes sense. But yeah, obviously, the Mirror News actually come up with this. Mum and daughter scream as they spot the screen-shaped cloud moments after the death announced of the Queen. Leanne Bethel captured the photographs in the skies above the A A4169 with her daughter Lacey first to point out the glowing figure shortly after the monarch's death at the age of 96. Wow, that was just amazing. The cloud that some say looks like the Queen was spotted by the stunned mum and daughter just moments after the monarch's death was announced. Hello, Nikki Gibbs. I'm doing good. Thank you very much. At least there has been a big comment there. I can actually read it, which is brilliant. So, hello to you. Very warm welcome to the channel here tonight. And thank you very much for coming back to us here. Unfortunately, there's no Julian Spoons, as he's called the fruit of plum. Not an idiot, by the way, as I just said earlier. So if you've missed anything that, of course, that you missed, please do rewind and watch a little later. So, yes, we did recently visit Hatfield and we didn't bump into you, Nikki, unfortunately. But yes, that was quite a few months ago, and that was a Hartsfield Hall spoons that we did visit. Well, I did anyway. And of course, yes, you can see the video of that if you haven't already. So, yes, it was nice that you have popped by to say hello. Well, it's almost time to say good night very shortly, but of course, yeah, I'll stay on for another 10 minutes or so, see how many people eventually tune in. You know, if I do an hour of Q&A, you know, people more tend to tune in, isn't it? Is that the scenario? Well, of course, Nikki has been a long time moderator to the channel. So welcome to our moderators. Glad you are doing okay. I am doing absolutely fine at this moment of time. But yes, I'm able to speak, obviously, but I'm still hurting on my ribs, which has made things a little bit awkward for my life at the moment. Has Which has been sort of changing, and of course, yes, and it's altered a little bit of a sense of me, because what actually happened was I sat on this bench and I lost my balance, and it was quite a weird thing. I've had a similar thing before. I nearly got knocked over by a car, which was in the same town actually of Bury St Edmunds. So I've had a bit of bad luck in Bury St Edmunds recently, but of course, you know, that's one of those things. I was lucky with the car more than the actual, the seat that I fell backwards and felt a little bit awkward. So yeah, thank you very much for sticking by, and thank you very much for the 2 thumbs up, which is great. And yes, it's because you spotted a Q&A and a bit of chat. It's not often that we do the Q&A late, and I just thought I'd do it because, you know, I was not out and about today. You know, I thought I rest up kind of thing. So that is the reason behind all that. Sorry, my camera's a little bit on the wonky side there. But yeah, if you have any suggestions of places that we could actually end up going, Hatfield could be one of them. And of course, I don't think my friend has been there. So yeah, it'll be an interesting scenario on that one, because you literally have to get a bus to get to the Hartsfield Hall, which of course is a little bit difficult to get to if you're going by train. You know, you have to get the train first there, and then of course you have to get the bus, which of course somebody in the area told me that buses are not sort of reliable in the area. But of course, yeah, I had to get it, and I managed to get it in the end. But yes, it's nice that people are now tuning in here for at least 10 more minutes. Stay on the line, please. Stay on the one you're with. But yeah, talking about that, of course, if you want to have a listen after the 10 minutes is up, of course, you are more than welcome to actually tune into my radio show, which is called The Club Mix Show, which is on All Request Radio, based in Great Yarmouth. And mostly every week, when I'm able to do a show, which, of course, dedicates to dance music. So if that is, you know, for you, then, of course, it's each and every Fridays and Saturdays from the time of 10 p.m. and midnight. Yes, I'm trying to share this stream a little bit. If I can. So, yeah, if you have any questions in the meantime, feel free to get in touch. That's what we're here for. And of course, you know, we'd like the audience to let us know what sort of favourite place that you have of East Anglia. Maybe Hunstanton is one of them. We'll have to work on that one. We nearly got there last time, but we ended up in Kings Lynn, which made it a little bit awkward. So yeah, we couldn't have done that. So yeah, I have been to Hunstanton before, but you can only literally get there by bus. Apparently, there's a train which is a sort of, you know, just for show only, a train that actually goes, I think, from Hunstanton to Sheringham. I'm not sure about that. So yeah, it might be just for pleasure only. But yeah, not a passenger sort of train. I don't know if that is the scenario of that, but how true it is. But so yeah, I'm linking it on to my friends group, and hello to anyone that is joining in right this minute here. We've got our other channel, our sister channel called Social TV, which is on a new network, which is new and up and running. And of course, I do have some followers on my other account, which is called Lovely Decaffeinated Latte. And if anyone has not heard of the Truth Social, set up by somebody, and it is American kind of based. It's very similar to Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and it's probably only available on, I would say, iPhone. The only problem with it at the moment, they haven't got the message sort of sorted out on this. So have a look at it here. I don't know if you can see it very well, but of course it is there. Sorry about the brightness here. That's better, isn't it? Can you see that bit better? There you go. It's actually True Social, and of course, that's what it's called. And you'll find the app just about here, if I can show you properly. It's there. It's that little icon there, if you can see it very well. There you go. So upload that onto your iPhones or iPads or whatever you call it these days. And I believe it's on Android. You can link some stuff onto your account on Android, but of course, to upload videos on Truth Social, you have to have an iPhone to be able to work it. So yeah, Truth Social also holds the other channel that we currently have. Touring with Us is not on there at the moment. We are on Instagram, TikTok now, and of course we are on Twitter and always have been on Twitter. So yeah, let's have a look at the people following. So yeah, Social TV is there in the list. There you go. Social TV in backwards letters there. You can see that for yourself. It's got the nice little logo on there. So yeah, we will do some stuff for Social TV, which is a new sort of channel that you can subscribe to, and it is free of charge to subscribe to that, free of charge. And of course, yes, Social TV is about sort of localized, communication, that kind of thing. That is the main aim of that channel. And of course, we need to up the game of that if we can. And it's a social interaction. And of course, hopefully, we get some interest on that. And yeah, if you have any questions about that, feel free to ask at any time. And this is the most I've ever had for for a long time, rather. Not a long time, but a long time. And yes, it's been amazing. So even if it's just only one person watching, one can be a million. So thanks a million. And of course, yes, I mentioned about the Queen here. Still people mourning out there. And you know that, of course, the football has been cancelled. There are some talks whether it should have gone ahead or not, I don't know, but that is another scenario. Okay, the trains are still on, but there's no football going on. So, of course, they are taking a complete time off because the morning of the death of the Queen, aged 96, she passed away recently, but yeah, like I say, let's take time to reflect memories of the Queen as we speak. So yeah, thank you so much for watching here today. I'm here until about 10:30 this evening. So yeah, I'm gonna do something before we go. So please bear with me. I'll be right back in just a moment. Um, So I don't know if everyone still can hear me here. I've got these headphones anyway, and hopefully they're producing a lot better sound than the actual main camera. So yeah, this leaflet, by the way, that I'm about to read to you has come from Bishop Stortford, which is another place that we have ventured to do a live before, and I have been to the spoons there, which is brilliant. And of course, that's another place that I need to put on my app, because if you go on the app, you can actually put down how many spoons that you have visited. I don't think I've visited them all because it would take absolutely ages to do that, and it would cost a lot of money as well. So this leaflet has come from the Bishop Stortford Church called St Michael's. So I picked up this leaflet and I'm going to read to you these words here. Whether you believe in all this or not, please do listen if you can. We are living God's love so that the God's kingdom might grow in our world. Our vision is to see flourishing, Christ-centered communities, inspiring people of all ages and backgrounds to discover God, grow their relationship with Him, and respond to His transforming love through serving others. So, of course, how will we grow? Of course, help people grow in their personal faith, improve their quality of their worship, and encourage pilgrimage and times away, going deeper into God, making new disciples, transforming communities, and of course, grow the faith of children and young people, and of course, make new disciples of Jesus Christ, offer courses for inquirers, reach out to and welcome those unconnected to the church, and create fresh expressions and pioneer ministries. And also, finally, this Living God's Love prayer here, I've said this all the way through kind of lockdown and when we were coming out of lockdown as well. Living God, draw us deeper into your love. Jesus our Lord, send us to care and serve. Holy Spirit, make us heralds of good news. Stir us, strengthen us, and teach us to inspire to inspire us to live your love with generosity and joy, imagination and courage, for the sake of your world and in the name of Jesus. Amen. So yeah, I'll just read that last bit again. Stir us, strengthen us, teach and inspire us to live your love, which I think is very, very powerful. And with generosity and joy and imagination and courage, for the sake of your world and in the name of Jesus. Amen. Thank you very much indeed for listening to that and staying with the one that you are on. Thank you so much. And of course, let's take, of course, more of the time to, of course, mourn the Queen death recently. And of course, you know, take these, what is now I would say the second day in. Maybe we've got about 8 more days left. We don't know when the funeral is, and we've now got to focus our attention, hopefully, to the King Charles III and see what he can do for the future. And we've got to get behind him now in the Queen's memory, in that sort of aspect here. You know, got to get behind the King Charles III, formerly known as the Prince Charles. But, of course, it's now Prince of Wales of William. I do like William, by the way, and Kate. You know, I think they're a fantastic couple. But, you know, they all need to get together at this time that we're going through right this minute. I hope I have expressed my words very, very deeply here. And, of course, you know, we need to think about all the wonderful moments that the Queen did have during the Jubilee that we all celebrated a few months back, and the fact that, of course, the Prime Minister met her just before she sadly went, and all those kind of things we all need to think about right this minute here. Hopefully I've said these words perfectly, and, you know, You know, our memories will never change, and it's going to be a different era. And of course, I rolled a bit of tears when I heard the news that she wasn't very well. Actually, it was a member of my family told me, and of course, we heard the news at 6:30 that she had passed away. And of course, great coverage, as I said in tonight's Q&A. I really have you know, been overwhelmed by the coverage of this, including BBC, mainstream, and GB News, including, in particular, Dan Wootton has done a fantastic job in tribute to the Queen, and he's still on air now as we speak. But yeah, like I say, I'm going to head off that way and see the tail end of it. But if you want to listen to my radio show in memory of the Queen, and of course, maybe I'll do a special show for that. You know, maybe get some audio um, messages. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But of course, thank you so much for sticking by touring with us, including our moderators. Thank you to them also, because Strawberry is one of them as well. And she's got her own account you can subscribe to as well, although she doesn't have a strawberry on her picture yet. It could be an idea she might want to take up in the future. But yeah, do check out her channel. It's in brown at the moment, so that's probably why it's hard to find. But of course, if you scroll down in the comments, you'll find her channel, because of course she did comment before. But yeah, thank you so much, everyone. You have been so wonderful. I know it's a bit late here. It's 34 minutes past 10 my time here in the UK, and it's 21.1 degrees in the studio. Oh, Kim Smith has tuned in. I didn't realise you were. And that's another moderator as well we'd like to thank as well. All the moderators are coming back, which is great. We do have another one called, of course, Strawberry, which of course she is not familiar with the commenting section on the YouTube channel as yet. She's done it a few times, but of course she needs help in finding out how to do it and getting used to it. It's very similar to Facebook. You just got to drop your comment down below and come and say hi. Very simple and as easy as that. I know she can do it. She can do it. Let's pray that, of course, she'll get used to commenting on YouTube in the future. So we're all friends here, and of course, yes, as I've been saying for the last few shows or so, yeah, we are hopefully the show that never ends, my friends. There you go. I wonder where that comes from. But anyway, thank you, and God bless to you all. Have yourself a safe night, have yourself a nice night, and have yourself a nice rest of the weekend and the week ahead and the weeks ahead and the months ahead and the years, and the list goes on. Thank you very much. And it has been Nick, as in lovely decaffeinated latte, which I was under my former name of Lovely Coffee. And Kim just left me a message, a kind message, and it just flashes up and then goes. Yes, I've been watching. Thank you very much. And thank you very much for, suddenly appearing, and suddenly watching, suddenly finding us as well. Because you can hit your notification button so it bings up on your phone and you know automatically that we go live. And it really helps a lot of times, it bings up in your phone. Hopefully not to irritate you. Anyway, thank you so much and God bless you all. I've gone over my time now, so I will sort of rest and take it easy now. Thank you and have a nice rest of the weekend and the weeks ahead and the months, whatever you like to call it. Good night.